Hi everyone, it's Mike Lewis. It's end of day two of the New Marketing Summit, and it's our last interview of the day, and I've actually been trying to sit Christine down now since yesterday around lunchtime, I think?
Probably.
Probably. It's been hard to sync up, but it's really my pleasure to introduce Christine Perkett. She's the founder of PerkettPR, one of the best, if not the best, social PR firm around. So I want you to do the intro on your company. I don't want to screw anything up, but if you could tell everybody a little bit about you, PerkettPR.
Okay. PerkettPR is a boutique PR, social media, marketing communications firm. We've been around for 10 years. We've got about 30 people in 10 states throughout the United States, and we work with both B2B and B2C technology companies.
And the coolest part is it's a virtual firm.
It is virtual. Everyone works from a dedicated home office, and we don't hire any entry-level executives. So
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't
all
know that
seasoned.
part.
Yes.
That's really cool.
You have to have 5 years just to get an interview of experience.
Really? In
Yeah.
PR?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
really-
Or marketing.
Or marketing.
Marketing.
That's great. So what did you think of the New Marketing Summit?
I thought it was great. I think that there was a nice plethora of different backgrounds here, and I think the keynote was great today. The closing, that was really interesting. That was a
Cynthia
great way to
Gordon,
close
she was
it out.
terrific.
Yeah. So I got a lot of new business ideas from her, actually.
I love that one story about, I mean, we all can't be marketing Harry Potter, so it's much easier when you have that kind of loyal fan base, but just the story
Right.
of itself, finding the 7 targets that you can go after
Yep.
and be able to get 350 million views
Right.
in a day, to me was unbelievable. She was
Yeah.
great.
She was great, and I think what's interesting is talking about not putting a press release out.
Yeah.
Which I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but would love to get rid of press releases, and it's definitely a battle for our client base. But it was interesting to hear her say that they didn't do one at all in 2 instances.
So talk about that a little bit. So the getting rid of press releases and trying to get your clients not to issue press releases.
Yeah, I think that there are more interactive and interesting ways to deliver your news. Just like Cynthia showed on video, have someone come on and announce it. You're still announcing the news. It's still an official date. You can still hold things under embargo if you need to. It's just a different way. I know there is the social media press release or variations thereof.
Yeah.
I think that it's probably interpreted differently. What I mean by press release, I'm talking about a text piece of paper that you put across Business Wire, PR Newswire.
Yeah.
I think that companies can take that into their own hands now with all the social media tools and the new marketing tools that have been talked about the last 2 days, and announce them through those channels instead. So it's more interesting.
Are the clients you're working with, are they slow to adopt, or are they having trouble adopting social media?
No, they're all perfect. We have both. So we work with a lot of Web 2.0 startups,
Sure,
and
sure, yeah.
a lot of those guys are more willing to embrace and try new and different things, and to go a little bit outside the realm of traditional PR. And then we have more traditional, some public companies that have probably a little bit more at stake, so they need to be a little bit more careful. And they're slowly embracing new marketing, but it's definitely been an interesting year working with them. So I think what's happened is they've really seen the impact in social media communities and in new marketing, where we've been bringing to them conversations about their brand that they weren't even aware of, and that really got them to say, okay, now we need to start listening to you guys.
And say, wow,
Yep.
this is really cool.
Yep, and we've helped them to turn around unsatisfied customers that we've found on the web, on Twitter, for example, people talking about their brand, publicly complaining about something just out of frustration, not trying to attack the company, but just, you have a bad day, your tie isn't the right color, you say, oh, my tie doesn't match today. So we've been following those conversations and bringing them to them and saying, we need to do something about this. We need to be involved in these conversations as, this client. So it's been interesting. We've been able to turn around clients for them and help also bring in new prospects.
So it's kind of like taking a direct response type approach. I'd say direct response, but I don't know if that's the right word. It's like immediate response.
It is. Well, I think, when you think about new marketing, I think it's interesting because it's not siloed anymore. I think PR was PR, there was search engine optimization, there's direct marketing, product marketing. I think it's all intertwined now, and I think PR, marketing, customer service, sales, they all cross all of these channels now, and we all have to really work together more than ever.
That's interesting from a PR perspective, because one of the things that I've heard over and over again is that marketing isn't just for marketers anymore, that it's, it's beyond the marketing department. The customer service people are doing it, the engineers are blogging, everything. So does that drive your clients crazy? I mean, that must. Marketing people are so used to being in control of the message and what gets sent out.
Yeah.
And with all these other people doing it, it must absolutely drive them nuts.
Well, I think that's part of why some of the more the slower adopters have been
Yeah.
slow, is because they're not quite ready to let go of that control, even though they don't have a choice.
Right,
It's already
right.
gone. And I think Charlene Leah Forrester said it best. She said, "Why you can't influence you can't control. You can no longer control word of mouth. You can influence it." We put that quote in almost all of our new business presentations because it's such a key thing about the way marketing's happening today, and just about the way companies are doing business today. People are talking about you whether you like it or not. They've always done that, but now it's just much more instantaneous and wider spread. So you need to participate so you can take advantage of spreading your marketing just as far as those folks talking about your brands.
So from that perspective, what do you think the most important thing is for people that are, and I've been asking everybody kind of the same question, and it's great to hear the responses because they are very different. But
Right.
from your perspective, what do you think the biggest thing is for someone who's going to embark in a new marketing or social media or going to integrate that into their marketing strategy? What is the most important thing to keep in mind for people that are just starting to do that?
I would say the most important thing to keep in mind is you don't have to do everything. So a lot of people, especially again with traditional marketing, a lot of people, the first thing they think of when they think of new marketing or social media is, oh my God, I have to get a blog up. I actually say a blog is one of the last things that you need to take on right now if you're slowly moving into social media. I think it's one of the most time intensive, and it has to be updated regularly, and not a lot of companies have those kinds of resources. You can try microblogging like Twitter to get started. You can start talking about your brand and listening to what people are saying and engaging them there, and then you can launch a blog, I think, later. I think it's kind of flipped from about 5 years ago. But that's just my personal opinion.
No, but that's good advice, though. I mean, because you're right. I mean, and you know this. I tried to start a blog, and it was when I was at SalesNet,
Right.
and it ended up being an unbelievable amount of time
It's
that
hard.
was spent on it. So I think it's really good advice. So take time. You don't have to do everything. Don't bite off. Don't
Right.
don't go after
feel
every
like you
single
have to
thing.
blog and Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and MySpace. It's not right. Not all of those are right for everybody anyway.
Exactly.
Try 2 or 3 maybe to get started.
And your audience might not even be into it, right?
Right,
I mean, some
right.
companies, blogging is perfect. Other companies, podcasting might be better, or whatever it
Yeah.
is. But
Exactly.
bite off what you can chew first.
Yeah.
I think that's great advice.
That's my biggest piece of advice.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I'm
Thank
glad we
you.
finally had the chance to sit
Yes.
down.
I'm sorry it took so long.
That's all right. Last but not least.
I was marketing at the New Marketing Summit. So.
Networking, right? That's
Networking,
good. That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
thanks
good.
very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.